Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will talk about the top 10 reasons why you might want to reconsider visiting Afghanistan. As you may know, Afghanistan, officially known as Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan, has been at war for decades, and the security situation remains unstable in many parts of the country. This, combined with other factors, makes it a challenging destination for travelers. So, without further ado, let's get into the top 10 reasons not to visit Afghanistan. Number 1. Ongoing conflict and insecurity. Afghanistan has been at war for decades, with conflict raging in many parts of the country. This has resulted in widespread violence and instability, making it a challenging and potentially dangerous destination for travelers. The security situation remains unpredictable, with ongoing military operations, insurgent attacks, and the threat of roadside bombs and improvised explosive devices. It is important for travelers to stay informed about the latest security situation and to take appropriate precautions, such as avoiding large crowds, government buildings, and military installations. This is Megan, who was kidnapped in Afghanistan a few years ago. She traveled to Afghanistan because she heard that Afghanistan was a hidden gem for those seeking adventure and a good adrenaline rush. To that I said, "Don't be Megan." Number 2. High risk of terrorism. Terrorism is a serious concern in Afghanistan. With a number of extremist groups active in the country, foreign visitors are often targeted, and there have been a number of high-profile attacks on foreign tourists and workers. The threat of terrorism remains high, and it is important for travelers to be vigilant and stay informed about the latest security situation. Travelers should be aware of the risk, avoid large crowds and public gatherings, and take steps to protect themselves, such as keeping low profile, avoiding areas of known conflict, and being prepared for emergency situations. Number 3. Lack of infrastructure. Basic infrastructure such as roads, hospitals, and electricity is limited in many parts of Afghanistan, particularly in the rural areas. This can make travel and access to basic necessities challenging, and it is important to be prepared for lack of resources. Travelers should be prepared for limited access to healthcare and other essential services, and bring necessary supplies such as first aid kits and water purification tablets. It is also important to be aware of the risks associated with limited infrastructure, such as the difficulty of navigating rural roads or the need to take additional steps to ensure clean water. Number 4. Limited access to basic necessities. In rural areas, access to food, water, and medical care can be limited. This can make it challenging for travelers to find basic necessities, and it is important to be prepared and bring supplies as needed. Travelers should be aware of the risks associated with limited access to basic necessities, such as the possibility of food and waterborne illness, or the need to take additional steps to ensure clean water. They should also be prepared for possibility of limited access to medical care and bring necessary supplies such as first aid kits and medications. Number 5. Difficulty traveling within the country. Why did the traveler have a tough time navigating in Afghanistan? Because the roads were always taking him for a bumpy ride. Just kidding. The lack of infrastructure and security concerns can make it difficult to travel within the country. There are limited options for transportation, and it can be difficult to reach remote areas. This can limit the ability to see and experience all that Afghanistan has to offer, and travelers should be prepared for challenges associated with travel within the country. They should be aware of the risk associated with limited transportation options, such as difficulty of reaching remote areas or the need to take additional steps to ensure their safety. Number 6. Risk of kidnapping. Risk of kidnapping is high in Afghanistan, particularly for foreigners. This is a serious concern for travelers, and it is important to be aware of the risk and take appropriate precautions. Travelers should be aware of the risk of kidnapping and take steps to reduce their risk, such as avoid travel to high-risk areas, keep a low profile, and being prepared for emergency situations. Number 7. Cultural restrictions. Afghanistan is a conservative Muslim country, and there are strict codes of dress and behavior, especially for women. It is important to respect these cultural norms and be aware of the restrictions when visiting. Travelers should be aware of the cultural restrictions and take steps to respect local customs, such as dressing modestly and avoiding public display of affection. They should also be prepared for potential language barriers and differences in custom and tradition. Number 8. Poor healthcare. Access to healthcare in Afghanistan is limited, particularly in the rural areas. There is a shortage of qualified medical personnel, and medical facilities may not have adequate equipment or supplies. This can make it challenging to receive appropriate medical care in the event of an emergency. Travelers should be aware of the limited access to healthcare and take necessary steps to protect their health, such as bringing necessary medications and first aid supplies. Number 9. Limited options for entertainment and recreation. Due to the ongoing conflict and security concerns, there are limited options for entertainment and recreation in Afghanistan. Travelers may find it difficult to find ways to relax or have fun, and should be prepared for this limitation. It is important to be aware of the limited options for entertainment and recreation and take steps to stay engaged and entertained, such as bringing books, games, or other forms of entertainment. Number 10. Difficulty accessing information and communication. Access to information and communication can be limited in Afghanistan, particularly in the rural areas. Internet and cell phone coverage may be limited, and it can be difficult to find accurate information about the country and its various destinations. This can make it challenging for travelers to stay informed and connected, and it is important to be aware of the limitations and take steps to stay informed and connected, such as bringing satellite phone or other forms of communication. So, there you have it, the top 10 reasons why you might want to reconsider visiting Afghanistan. While Afghanistan is a country that offers a rich cultural and historical heritage, it is also a destination that presents a number of challenges and risks. It is important for travelers to be informed and prepared, and to take appropriate precautions to ensure their safety and well-being. As always, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more travel content. Until next time, stay safe and happy travels.